Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel if y'all have been here before. My name is Liz and I'm a single mom living here in Erie, PA. And today, this video is going to be a little bit different because this is going to be a Q&A. I asked you guys some questions, or I asked you guys to leave me some questions yesterday in a post, and I'm going to answer them. All right, I'm just going to go basically from like the first comments that were left up to the very most recent ones, okay? So whoever left a comment first, I'm going to answer yours first. First, this is not a question, but Sabrina said, hello Liz, God bless you, wonderful family, mother and kids. So thank you so much, Sabrina, you're so sweet. Thank you for always leaving comments, and thank you for always, you're like almost literally like between you and a couple people, you're the first one to always leave a comment on my videos. So I appreciate that. Chris said, which I think your name is Chris, I'm not sure, but your profile says Chris, so I'm just gonna call you Chris, but you know who you are. Hey, don't get mad at me, Liz, but whoever marked your neck knew exactly what they were doing. They know that you're a vlogger and would be seen. Not cool on their part. I keep my distance from that person. They knew exactly what you were doing. Okay, that wasn't really a question, but I'll touch on that. And then you said, are you going live tomorrow? Which I didn't know if I was going live or not, but I did end up going live at Waldemere, but this is not going to be a live Q&A. All right, so the next question is, which this is going to go into whatever Chris said. Sally said, if too personal, I'm sorry, is Jorge the vampire? Meaning, is Jorge the one that gave me the hickey, which is now gone, thank goodness. Sorry guys, that's the air fryer. Yeah, it was Jorge. It was Jorge. Yeah. I don't, I'm not trying to hide anything, so. But I personally, going back to what Chris said, I personally don't think that he was really trying to do that. Like, I think it was just an accident. My skin is really sensitive, honestly. Like, my skin is very sensitive. Like, I could scratch my neck like that and watch, guys. In a minute, it'll be red. Huh?
Ryan, talk to Sophia's phone.
Okay, well, honey, go over there for a second.
Let me get Mariah.
I'm gonna feed you guys in just a minute here.
Sounds crunchy.
So, see how quick that turned red? So my skin is really sensitive. Anywho, I don't think he tried to do that on purpose. He told me he didn't do it on purpose, and I don't think he was like trying to like ruin my YouTube career or anything like that. Plus, it's not really a crime to have a hickey, basically just, it's not really a crime. It's not something that I wanted, but I don't think that it's gonna hurt anything. It's gone now. Gonna take a break to eat with the kids, and I'll go right back to the questions, y'all. So we're not eating. Well, Bubba's eating, but so I'm not gonna stay on that first question too much, but I don't think that there was like any ill intention there, and it was a complete accident. Like I said, my skin is very sensitive, so whatever. I was just, honestly, it didn't even really matter to me. Only the fact that, yeah, I do social media, so it was very visible, and even when I put like a pound of makeup on it, you could see it. So that was the only thing that I was like upset about, is because I was trying to do vlogs and make videos, and it was just there, but thank goodness it's gone. All right, guys, on to the next questions. I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on each question, but okay. I'm going in order of whoever left them first. And then there's a couple random questions that were left in other videos that I told people I was gonna put in this video, so. All right. Thomas Price said, I have 2 questions. How is Lovely doing at your mom's house? And this one is for you, Liz. What is your favorite day of the week? Have a great weekend, Liz, and family, your kitty cat's all too. Thank you, Thomas. I like those questions. So Lovely is doing great. I actually haven't seen her probably in a couple weeks now. I need to go over there because I'm gonna take the one cat bed that I have over to my mom's to see if Lovely likes it, because this cat bed, like I've moved it around the house a little bit and the cats don't even lay on it at all. Literally, it just lays there. So I'm gonna take that over to my mom's house and see if Lovely likes it. So Mom, if you're watching this, I have a cat bed for you, that like light blue fuzzy one. It's really nice. So hopefully Lovely likes that. But she's doing good as far as I know. Mom, put in the comments how Lovely's doing. We miss her. And I bet she's getting big. And what is my favorite day of the week? That is such a good question. Well, it's definitely not Monday. I would say, for some reason, Wednesday pops up into my head. I think Wednesday is my favorite day of the week because it's just like kind of like a halfway through the week. I don't know. I just like Wednesdays. I like Wednesdays. I don't know. Something about Wednesdays I like. I can't really explain why, but yeah, Wednesdays. So you also have a great weekend, Thomas. All right, so next one. And like I said, guys, I'm going in order. Kathy Ponder says, rumor is you're pregnant, ? I think you are an awesome mom. Love your vlogs. Thank you so much, Kathy. I really appreciate that. And I'm happy that you like my vlogs. That really, that makes me happy because I spend a lot of time on them and it just makes me happy that everybody enjoys them. Most people enjoy them at least. And it's something that people can look forward to. All right, so let's get to the real, tea of this question here, okay? Because I know everybody's wondering. The answer is no, I'm not. I'm not pregnant. No, definitely not. I'm not sure why I'm not sure why that's a rumor. I'm not sure why people were thinking that. If it was just because I had the thing on my neck, or it's because like I have a little bit of a belly. I don't know, but I've always had a little bit of a belly, honestly, especially since my winter weight is really not off of me yet. Like this summer, I'm definitely going to be losing weight. If you look at my vlogs from last summer, I look trimmer. Because I'm more active in the summer, I'm out there in the sun sweating. Over the winter, I did gain some weight. I gained some weight. So I could see how people would maybe think that, but no, I'm not. So thank you, Kathy, for that question. I got scared there. I thought I wasn't recording. I was gonna get mad. All right, so next we have BC Island Gal. Hey Liz, I think you are doing amazing as a mom. I love seeing you keep your house so clean. Question I have is, do you think about putting Amore in preschool or doing more with her vocabulary? She could be using more words. I'm a silent watcher, but I do hype and appreciate what you do. Thank you so much, Island Girl, and thank you for hyping and watching. So, and I appreciate those sweet words. So, do you think about putting Amore in preschool? Yes, but she's not at that age yet. We do have there's like Head Start programs around here, but I'm not sure what the age is. I think maybe 3 or maybe 4. I don't know, but she's only 2. She's not going to be 3 till like end of December. So I honestly didn't really think of putting her in any kind of daycare or anything like that because she is still so young and I stay home anyways. It would be different if I had a job, then I would probably be really looking. But right now I just work from home. I'm self-employed. So that's why I haven't, probably, I'm going to look into what they have, and what the ages are, but I probably won't do that for like another year. I got to look and see what the age is, but get down. So, she could be using more words. Okay, so what you guys see, she does use a lot of words, guys. I don't vlog a whole lot, and I don't vlog her a lot, just you guys hear like in passing what, in the videos, kind of what she's saying in the videos. And sometimes when I'm recording, she's just quiet. She says like mom a lot because she's trying to get my attention when I'm recording. But the thing is, so when she is with Jorge, he speaks to her in Spanish and then I speak to her in English. So she's really learning like 2 languages at once because she's gonna be bilingual. Like Jorge's other kids speak both English and Spanish, and me and Jorge agreed that we wanted her to learn both languages. So he speaks to her in Spanish. He's very fluent in Spanish. Obviously, he's from Puerto Rico, and I don't know much Spanish at all. A little bit I've learned over the past couple years, but she does know some Spanish words. She says agua, which means water, I believe. She says nena, which means like girl or baby, I think. She says some other ones too. Papi. Right off the top of my head, I don't know. But she does speak a little bit of Spanish. My little Amor the Explorer. And she speaks, you know, she probably could have more words, but honestly, looking back, I don't think that my other kids, she's pretty much going at the same pace as my other kids did. It took Bubba a little bit longer to talk because obviously he has autism. He was born premature I was 25 weeks, 4 days pregnant. So him and Sophia have been through a lot. They were in the NICU for months, but that's really not part of the question. But looking back at Mariah and Ethan, I think they both, I mean, they're both kind of at the same level as, you know, as what Amor is right now. Like when they were her age, you know, I feel like all my kids are kind of developmentally going at the same speed, pretty much, for the most part. So I don't worry about it. A lot of people have mentioned they think Amora has autism. I definitely don't think she has autism. I never, ever got that feeling. Not that there's anything wrong with autism, but she goes to her doctor's appointments, and I've asked them just out of curiosity. They said no, she doesn't look like she has the signs for autism, and I don't believe she does either, to be honest with you. I know exactly, like, Bubba showed signs really early, so I pretty much knew from an early age that Bubba had autism, which is not a bad thing at all. And even if Amora did, I wouldn't be mad. I would still love her absolutely just the same. I love all of my kids. I don't have any favorites. I know some people like to think I have favorites. I absolutely don't. And I love all my kids equally. And no, I don't. I think that she's perfectly on track for her age. Other people might think differently, but maybe their kids were more far along. Some people's kids might be not as far along. Every kid is different. So, you know, I'm not mad at you for asking, but that's just what I think. Okay.
Take that, Feral.
So thank you so much, Alan Gal.
Take that, Feral.
And thank you for watching. What?
We're gonna go run away.
Don't, you're not gonna run away, boy. Where do you think you're gonna go? Huh? Huh?
Get my Feral.
Eat your cereal. So, next question. Esther said, I would like to know how you are doing since being diagnosed with ADHD. I just got diagnosed myself, and it's just trial and error and try to find the right medication. So I think I'm doing a lot better. I've only been on one medication. The dose has been adjusted a little bit since I've been on it, but I haven't tried any other medications. I noticed a huge difference in the way I'm operating and my mental state. And yeah, I feel like I'm doing a lot better, honestly. I'm only on, and I'm, like I said, I've only been on one medication. I haven't tried any other ones because I feel like this one was working. So, I have a question for you, actually, Esther. Have you tried more than one? I'm curious. Okay, so thank you, Esther. Thank you for watching and for asking a question. So, are you still, oh, Sherry Hall says, are you still breastfeeding? That's a great question. Yes, but only at night sometimes. It's not during the day anymore. Like, she's really growing out of that, but sometimes at night she will want to be like breastfed. I don't know. I think it's just a comfort thing at this point because I don't really even think I'm producing that much milk. Like, I am a little bit, but obviously I am a little bit, but not you know, not like I was before. So yes, but we're getting to the point where that's like gonna be, you know, done and over with pretty soon here. All right. Next question. Thank you for that question, Sherry Hall. Sorry if I'm so close to this, guys, but whatever. Let's just go with it. Coffee Crazy says, what jobs have you had before YouTube? Did you like any of them? Okay, so I think I've touched on this before, but we'll go over it again. We'll revisit that because you might not have seen that. I don't know if you're a new subscriber or not, but we'll touch on that. I won't stay forever, but I did have other jobs before doing YouTube. I was, you know, I've been doing social media for a few years now. Before YouTube, me and Jorge were doing TikTok, and then I was like posting on YouTube, and that's how I got to this point on YouTube, because he took the TikTok, I have the YouTube. Before that, I was doing tattoos, and for a while I was doing tattoos and social media, but I was doing tattoos. Okay, so for a while there, like in the 2022 area, I wasn't really doing anything. I was really like at home. I had YouTube in my head, and I kind of tried to like attempt it, but it never really took off because I was like kind of nervous to post, and I was not really doing well mentally. I was overweight. I was just not doing well, but I did try to, but I ended up just deleting the stuff. It just wasn't the right time and the place. But around 2022, 2019 to 2022, okay, so I left the girls and Bubba's dad in 2019. And so from then to 2022, I pretty much was not doing anything. I was, you know, the girls were going to school, and Sophie had started like preschool, but Bubba, he couldn't go to he wasn't in school yet, and it was really hard to get him into daycare because of his autism. He did end up going to a medical daycare type of situation, but they could only like handle him for like 4 hours out of the day. So while he was there, I would just basically try to do stuff at home and take care of stuff and try to get my life together. I was doing really bad financially back then, and mentally and everything. It was bad. So now that Bubba finally got into school, I was able to start focusing on more stuff, and then I met Jorge, obviously. So, okay, so before that, there was tattoos, and then I worked at Little Caesars for like a period of like probably 6 months while the kids were in the NICU, while Sophie and Bubba were in the NICU. Before that, I went to school to become a pharmacy technician. I was a certified pharmacy technician. I worked in a hospital for a little while, but it was just not for me, that type of setting. I didn't like it. I don't really like healthcare at all, period, point blank. I don't like to be in a hospital. I don't want to be in a hospital. I don't want to be in a doctor's office, none of that. It's just not for me. So I didn't like to do that. Plus it didn't really pay that much anyways. And then while I was doing pharmacy technician stuff, that's when I learned how to tattoo, and doing tattoos, I made way more money. So I just kind of like quit that job, and I never revisited that era of my life. Before that, I worked in the mall at a few places. I worked at the pet store, at a watch place, at a couple photo places doing photography. And then before that, my first job was working at a dog grooming place, because my friend's mom owned a dog groomer, or owned a dog grooming place. She was a dog groomer. So that's what I did. That was my very first job. So that's my job history in a nutshell right there. Nothing crazy. All right, so thank you, Coffee Crazy, so much for that. Did I like any of those jobs? I mean, what I liked doing the most was tattoos, honestly. Because I could express my creativity, and I made good money doing that. But I'm kind of like over that era of my life. Okay, so Penelope said, would you ever have another baby, or are you done? I answered this question in a members only video, but I will answer it for you guys. So after me and Jorge broke up, I pretty much thought I was done. But originally, when we were still together, I kind of had it in the back of my head that maybe I would have another one, because I refused the tube tying procedure that they offered me after I had a Mora VSD section. I refused it because, I don't know, to me it was just too final, and I thought, well, maybe I would want another baby, but I wasn't like planning on it right away. And then me and Jorge broke up. But lately I've been kind of thinking that maybe I do, and it would probably be with Jorge, even though we're not together. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know. Everybody's life is different. Everybody kind of goes about their life different. So in the future, not right now at all, okay? I would say maybe like a year to 2 years from now. Not any time before. Yes, possibly. Depending on how my life's going. I do want to be a little bit more financially stable and like pay off more of my debt and just be a little bit more stable. I'm pretty stable, but I'm not at the point where like I can just buy a bunch of baby stuff. And I'm really busy. Amora, I want to potty train Amora, which we're working on, and I just want to be in a little bit more stable place in my life. But it's not a set in stone at all. And if it does happen, it's not going to be for a while. So I'll let you guys know though. So thank you, Penelope, for that question. Miranda Jean said, why did you stop talking about God? Was there too much hate? No, it really wasn't the hate at all. Honestly, now that I've stopped talking about Jesus and God, I feel like I get a little bit more hate for some reason. I just feel that pressure from people like, why did you stop? Like, I don't know. But honestly, if I'm going to be really completely honest with you guys, I don't really know. Like, there was a week period where I kind of was just in deep thought about stuff, and to be completely honest, I think my beliefs might be changing a little bit. But, you know, that's no disrespect to anybody. And I just, instead of sharing the fact that my beliefs could be changing, I just decided just to stop talking about it, period, because I didn't want to influence other people, and I'm really still not sure what the truth is. I don't really believe that anybody really positively knows what the truth is, you know? Nobody really knows the truth. So instead of just coming out and say, oh, this is what I'm thinking, I just decided to kind of leave it alone, because there was such a, you know, before last year, there was such a, like, quick flip switch, like how because I kind of went through a little bit of a mental breakdown, kind of, you know? And I think that when people go through a mental breakdown, they look for something to, like, comfort them. And I don't know, guys. I just really don't know at this point. I don't know what's real. I do believe in a higher power. I'm just really not sure what that is. And, you know, that's just the truth. And instead of, like, getting in everybody's, and, you know, changing, you know, getting on camera and being like, this is what I think now, and, like, everybody thinking that I'm going crazy again, I just decided just to leave it out of my videos. And, you know, I never really talked about religion or God or anything spiritual really too much in my videos to begin with before that. So my channel is not about that. So I'm sharing with you guys my life and what I'm going through and day-to-day stuff. I just wanted to kind of leave that stuff out of it, because everybody's views are different, and yeah, I made myself look crazy enough, so it's fine. Like, I really, you know, that's just how I feel. That's just what's going on. So, next question. So thank you for that question, Miranda. And no disrespect to anybody's beliefs or anything like that. I just don't know what I believe at this point in my life. You okay? You okay? Alright, so if you were single, where would you live and what job would you have? If you had to do your life again, what would you change and why? I wouldn't, okay, this is what D. Barney said. I wouldn't change my life or do anything again. I feel like everything does happen for a reason, and we can't really go back about what we do and change anything anyway, so I wouldn't change anything. Even if I could, I wouldn't. And because I'm learning, I'm learning lessons as I go. And if I was single, where would I live and what job would I have? I would probably still be doing YouTube and social media. I don't really see myself at like a traditional job. Maybe I would have one on the side. I might be doing like more artwork and selling my artwork and something like that, but I would probably be doing social media. And where would I live? Probably somewhere south, maybe in Florida where my dad lives, or I always thought about getting like an RV and traveling. I might still do that when the kids are a little bit older, but yeah, that's about it. So next question. Thank you, D. So next question. Amanda B said, if you don't mind me asking this question, are you going to try to look for another church? I think you would do really good when you stir it. Finding your way back to what we're really here for and not letting the trolls bother you. Keep up the good work. Stay positive. God bless. Thank you so much, Amanda. So it wasn't really the trolls that it wasn't anybody saying anything as to why I stopped expressing my feelings about God. And would I look for another church? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to. And I don't think I'm going to get into that too much, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to look for another church at this point in my life, at least. But I'll let you guys know if I do. So I'm trying to be completely honest with you guys here. Okay. Hi, Liz. I've noticed Mariah is always at Dad's house. Any reason why she's always absent? Love the time-lapse videos. She's not always at her dad's house. She's here 50% of the time, and there 50% of the time. We go week on, week off. There was one week where she stayed over there a few days extra because she thought he was going to go out of town, and so she wanted to spend extra time with him, but she is here half the time and there half the time. Yeah. And sometimes she's just not in a lot of the videos because she personally doesn't like to, she'll tell me if she's okay with being on camera, but she just doesn't like being on camera as much as the other kids. So I just respect that. Laura said, hi, Liz. What would your kids like to be when they grow up? I know Amora is still so young, still too young. I see her being a total princess. What about Ethan, Mariah, and Sophie? So I'm not really sure. Well, Ethan, I think he wants to go into the military, and then he mentioned, I don't know if his plans changed, but he mentioned something about wanting to be a pilot. So something in that area. And then Mariah and Sophie. Mariah says she wants, I don't know, they're both very creative. Sophie likes to make videos. I don't know, she might end up being a YouTuber, but she also loves animals a lot too and has mentioned wanting to take care of animals in some sort of way. Mariah has been mentioning wanting to be an actress, which is kind of funny because she doesn't like to be on camera, but you never know. You never know with the kids. You never know. But that's all I pretty much know. That's about all I can say for that. But I will say all of my kids are really creative, so they probably get that from me. But I think that's all the questions. Actually, there was a couple questions that I had screenshotted, so let me go look really quick. Okay, so these are the ones that I screenshotted. Nadia or Nada said, did you ever press charges on those women who jumped you? I've been curious about that forever. I tried to, but I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. At first, I was really about it, but the police in Erie don't really care about little stuff like that. They just expressed that they didn't really care. I tried to go to the Mill Creek police, and they actually told me I would have to go to the trooper station there, those police that they have on Presque Isle, and those ladies did not give a crap, okay? I felt bad vibes from them. So after that, I just said, screw it, I don't really care anymore. Another thing is, I didn't know who they were, and the police and those other troopers, it's not like they're investigators. They weren't really trying to go see who they were. So I really did not have any help with that, and I just kind of let it go. So no, I didn't press charges. I'm kind of over that at this point. Thank you for the question though. Okay, so last question. Whoa baby said, do you feel better from the protein coffee? I'm thinking of getting some to boost protein. Do you notice any difference? Do you still drink coffee, or does this totally replace it? So I love the Javi protein coffee, honestly. I like that it does have caffeine in it, so I do sometimes replace it with coffee or Red Bull. I do sometimes still drink Red Bull and coffee, but for the most part, when I get up in the morning, I make the Javi, and I really like it. I feel like it does boost my energy, and it makes me fuller, so I'm not like trying to eat so much. So I do like it. I do recommend it, honestly. It is a little pricey, but it lasts for a while. Are you okay?
I'm throwing up.
What's wrong?
Frozen.
But I'm gonna end off this video here, guys. I'm gonna go take care of Bubba and see what these other kids are up to. And I gotta go get him more from Jorge's in a little bit. So I love you guys so much. I hope I answered all your questions, and I hope I didn't offend anybody. And thank you for watching the video. All right, y'all. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah! And if you made it to the end, leave a heart emoji, all right? Because I love y'all. See you on the next one. Mwah! And follow me on Facebook, Elizabeth Veronica. Love y'all.